Well, yes, we do. I'd hope we do.
We do have a match.
I don't know what other action we'd be getting into.
It's YungBiddness and
Chino.
Chino.
Yeah. This is gonna be a great match. I actually played against YungBiddness, coincidentally, like you, also named Ryan.
Yes.
Playing against
There's
him.
700 of us.
Yes, there are so many Ryans in this region, guys. It's a problem. I don't know why Texans are all named Ryan, but
It's fine.
YungBiddness. Yeah, playing against him earlier seems like he's in really, really good form today. He's definitely got his punish game on lock. We'll see how it goes against the Wolf, which I can tell you he's had a bit of warm-up practice against today.
Nice. Yeah, he was already starting by DIing away from the dash attack, so he would get away from the any big combos. Hasn't worked out so far.
No, because
After
unfortunately, try as you might to get away, Rob is still big, and
Yeah.
Chino is still very, very skilled. I know that he is somebody that I haven't gotten to actually physically see play a lot, but I've seen him take some names, and he is definitely one of these guys that you got to look out for. I mean, right off the bat, you've seen him get a lot of really solid punishes early on, and that can be tough to find sometimes as well.
Yeah, you got to find very clean hits to find your big extensions.
Miss one, miss a beat, lose the rhythm, all that.
Now, you can get a light hit as Wolf and get like a baby tap as the next follow-up, and then you're just kind of reset, and that's fine. But if you find your clean hits, then you get your 3-4 pieces.
Woo!
Feels real good.
Meanwhile, Mr. Door Yeet himself, YungBiddness, was looking for the big roll read, that forward smash. Didn't find it, though, and now loved the up air to cover himself when that gyro was coming down at him, but Chino will strike first blood with that nair.
Because he was striking, trying to catch YungBiddness just with those hitboxes, and YungBiddness tried to go for an empty land. Didn't really work out when you got the hitboxes coming through.
Right there, a really nice tomahawk there from Chino. Didn't get a follow-up past the up throw. I think that down throw to dash attack would have been true at that percent.
Right,
again,
with the
Rob is
rage.
big. Yeah, with the rage for sure.
The rage is really what threw off the up throw.
There's that down smash from YungBiddness, evening up the game, but not for long. Chino gets the fresh stock, and immediately without the rage, he's like, all right, I know what I'm doing. And that falling forward air could have led to a whole lot, maybe even a back air.
Yeah, it was potential. You might have needed that landing strip. I'm not sure. But you very well could have connected something big.
And that close to the ledge, it's definitely scary. But, man, Ryan himself, one of these guys that, he's definitely a name to take in this region. He is definitely capable of pulling off some big wins. Chino himself, though, trying to find one for himself, and he is well positioned to do so. If he could pick up this ledge trap, he's working with a real solid lead.
Ooh, unable to pick up the gyro because it is very difficult to grab.
It's just, it cuts you. Try to pick it up. Ow. It burns. Oh, it's so too does the neutral air, but it does not burn harder than the back air from Chino. Really nicely spaced, and he's been looking for that jump off of ledge basically every time he's ledge trapped YungBiddness.
Ooh, catches the roll as you do, trying to avoid the gyro. Sometimes there's nowhere to go.
Rob has very good ledge trapping. YungBiddness looking for the drag down up air to do that fancy version of the Rob combo, and while the regular one would have sufficed, he still gets some pretty good damage off of it, but man, Chino still ends up with the stage control, and once again, big ledge traps looking like it's going to come up for him. Oh, unless...
Great DI to avoid the immediate gyro. Again, able to jump over it this time, and now that's going to be a combo starter, 3-piece.
Oof, that was a really risky second up air to go for, too, because YungBiddness had time to buffer something like a nair or even a back air that could have punished him big time for getting greedy.
That is the first laser we've seen Chino throw this whole time. He's very much a Jets moving forward Wolf.
That could be really scary to do against Rob because he's so good at punishing. That was a regrab, but YungBiddness was not ready to get the big punish.
Oh, the footstool set up a really awkward spot with dueling nairs, but this time Chino's came out first. YungBiddness trying to call out the jump with the up smash, but just a little bit too slow.
And just barely hanging up. Forward tilt's not going to do it. Rob saved by his bigness.
He is indeed. YungBiddness, more like YungBiddness.
YungBiddness indeed. One hit from either side can do it right now. Down throw, he's going to look for the up air afterwards, but what a mash from Chino.
Insane mash. Down smash does catch the roll in, and because of the roll in, he does survive, but is now set up in one of these situations again. The nair is going to catch the jump, and that's going to be YungBiddness moving forward one game, up 1-0.
That was really, really nicely played there at the end. He got the momentum, and I think that he felt I think that YungBiddness noticed this from Chino. I think that once Chino got put onto the back foot, put into the disadvantage, and especially getting close to either closing out of stock or, YungBiddness being in a place where he could close out of stock himself, changed up the playstyle. Didn't continue to stick with the things that were really working, and I think just kind of scared himself out of it. We saw a couple times where he would take the stock, Chino would, and then immediately just put all of his game plan into running away, get away from the robot, and then YungBiddness would have a perfect read on his movement after that. And I think that translated really well into that last stock.
Yeah, I also feel like the longer that these kinds of games go, last hit scenarios do tend to favor Rob because he can toss out the more safe stuff and it just kind of works.
Yeah, gyro can lead into a whole lot of stuff. A grab can be enough to close out a stock, as we nearly saw, but Chino just had a legendary mash to get him out of it, but it's going to need some... Yeah, that too, for sure. I mean, he's got all the tools in his basket, but right now, Chino, man, he is going to need some sort of legendary power because it is YungBiddness who is off to a hot start. Look at him just dropping the gyro on him, point blank, and then coming in with the back air too.
Catching the jump, now has gyro in hand for potentially the next setup here, going for the Z-drop nairs. Does find a dash attack, but great buffered roll from Chino, who's going to be able to avoid most of the pressure.
He nearly had the stock with the forward air, looked for the fair bear, but unfortunately his execution was off. He was a little bit too slow to actually get the back air out. So YungBiddness still barely hanging on, but not, even if he does lose this stock at some point, he's gotten a whole lot of damage, and he was looking for that DI away, which we've actually seen a couple times from Chino.
We have. Oh, almost got robbled. In that one moment, got popped by the gyro, and that bought YungBiddness space to get out of the corner. Still not finding the plan on these back airs where we need to.
Oh, and speaking of back airs, it's going to be YungBiddness finding one, setting up a ledge trap, perfectly placed with the gyro. That stock was clean.
Wow, the up air is going to get rid of the gyro in YungBiddness' hand, but is still, it feels like YungBiddness in the driver's seat, applying the pressure.
Yeah, he's driving the bus right now. Parry on the back air too.
Oh
my God, he's in the zone. He's in the zone, Ryan. He's in the zone.
Ryan's in the zone.
Wow, what can you do if you're Chino right now? Everything is falling apart, and YungBiddness is giving the business to him. Oh!
He is YungBiddness. Rob is big, fellas.
Rob